All right, got a new fragrance. I think you're gonna like it. I definitely like it and definitely want to bring it to you, introduce it to you. You've heard me talk a little bit about this brand just because I've done the discovery set, but we're gonna talk about the first full bottle that I have from this house. All right, stick around. All right, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, and this is SmellGoodz. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit as we run through another review for this channel, another review of fragrances that I've put my nose on, and I have my collection that I think you might take a liking to. All right, real quick before we jump into it, wanted to make you aware there is a collaboration that came in, an open door that opened up as far as something that will also be beneficial to you as those that watch this channel and maybe help you in as you grow your fragrance journey. One of the companies that I use as far as getting samples, putting my nose on a variety of things, right? That way I'm not blind buying everything, but I'm kind of getting 2 ml or 5 ml or even 10 ml fragrances and putting my nose on them, seeing if I really want to make them bottle worthy, is a company called Decant X. I think I mentioned it maybe once or twice, but they reached out. We have a collaboration right now, and I've got a link in the description where you can save yourself 10% off of any of the decants that they have there. They've got a wide variety from Creed. I know there's some Hawas there, Mont Blanc, Nichane. I've got, what is this? Tiziana Terenzi. They've got that there. So a wide variety for you to check out. So if you're looking to sample, which I highly recommend as opposed to blind buying, that's something I would recommend taking advantage of. Save yourself 10%. And it does go to help support the channel as well. All right. So let's jump into what you're here for as far as the review. All right. So here's the story of a lovely lady. No, I'm not going to do that. All right. But here's the story. I live in Arizona, live in Phoenix metro area. And one of the fragrance houses that I'm definitely enjoying is called Day 3. And Day 3 is made here, based here. The perfumer, his company, his family that owns the company, they are here in the Phoenix metro area. They're probably about 30 to 35 minutes away from where I live, just from where I am over to their boutique. So recently he opened a boutique here in the Phoenix metro area, where he on Saturdays has it open to the public. Monday through Friday is kind of by appointment, because I think they use it for other things related to the fragrance house. So I wasn't able to go the day that he opened, but that first Saturday, my wife and I, we headed out there. And in fact, I kind of talked about it. There's a picture that's in my post on the community tab. So I went over there, checked it out, put my nose on a few things. I'd already smelled a lot from the discovery set, but I wanted to get my nose on what at that time what I knew to be his latest release, and really technically is still his official latest release. There is one that is going to be releasing in the next few days as of the making of this video, that he's already announced a collaboration with a gospel music artist. But this one was one that I had gotten the notes for. It was like, hey, this sounds very interesting. In all honesty, I just didn't know if it was great timing, because the notes, and I'll give you, I'll let you know what the notes are. The notes sounded out of season for what I'm going into as far as late spring, early summer, as far as the weather here, right? And I'm talking about Day 3, and I'm talking about TRES Oros. So this is what I got from them, TRES Oros. This is Day 3 Extrait de Parfum. This is the front of it. I'll read the back of it just to give some information about Day 3. Family-owned fragrance house, crafting niche quality perfumes with an unrelenting eye and nose towards detail. Each scent is composed with artistry and intention by their award-winning in-house perfumer, Michael Paul. Great guy. Hope you love this fragrance as much as we loved creating it for you. And again, this is Extrait de Parfum. And so the box, not flashy, not over the top, very nice, understated type of elegance, in my opinion. Just a nice, almost minimalistic, but just definitely you could tell that there's something there. But open it up in this manner, and it sits back like that. Up top, you've got here a card basically that's attached in here. Looks like it's glued in here. That talks about the fragrance. So TRES Oros translates to 3 golds in Spanish, a reflection of its golden hued scent profile of pineapple, sweet plantains, and honey. All right. Experience all the sweetness of a mouth-watering Dominican treat with this creative and luxurious gourmand. Up top, there's pineapple, mandarin orange, pineapple and mandarin orange. Heart, you've got sweet plantain, cinnamon, and nutmeg. And then in the base, you've got honey, brown sugar, and amber. So you can kind of imagine I'm looking at those notes and I'm saying, okay, pineapple, cool, check. Mandarin orange, check. But then we get into cinnamon, nutmeg, the honey, the brown sugar. That to me just starts to sound very, I don't want to say, sounds sweet. Sounds very sickly sweet, right? Because that's just, it's in there, right? And so that was one of the conversations that I had with Michael when I had a chance to talk with him, was I was like, this sounds like it's going to be very, very heavy. But then I put nose on it, and I'm going to let you experience it through me. All right. Something else I want to point out with this box or with this presentation is, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little band that runs across here. You see that? I like that because basically what it does is it holds the bottle in place, because it just kind of sits in there. But it holds it in place so that I guess in transport or whatever, it doesn't shift around. It reduces its opportunity to break or, shake loose or anything of that nature. So pull out the bottle. Nice heavy bottle. This is a 50 ml. TRES Oros, and this is a plate on there. This isn't a sticker. This is a plate. Let's see the back and the side of it. The cap has embossed on it. Let's see if you see it there. If I hit it, you can see it's embossed with day 3 up there. And the cap is it doesn't snap into place. It just kind of slides in and out of place. And then of course the atomizer, very nice pressurized atomizer. All right, now immediately upon that spray, I get the orange. I get a nice juicy mandarin orange. I get a nice orange smell out of this. I also get some of the cinnamon that's in there. So I get some of that sweetness in there. I get the citrus in it, but I get some of the sweetness as far as, yes, the cinnamon, but also I'm assuming the plantains. Now, again, I have not put nose heavily on plantains where it's a fragrance memory for me, but there is a sweetness that is attached with that orange, which I'm going to attribute right now to the plantains, just because I think the honey and the brown sugar, they're there, but I haven't really picked them up singularly yet, right? But this is what I would call a room shifter fragrance. This is a fragrance that in the air is there. This doesn't just fall to the ground and now it's just kind of all over my desk or all over the floor. This is still in the air, just kind of lingering. It is there. That scent is in the room, right? Other things that came with it, with this fragrance, or excuse me, with this box, they also sent and I don't have with me in front of me, but they also sent a microfiber cleaning cloth, which I think is great, nice touch. They also sent a sticker. And then something that I do appreciate is also they sent a personalized thank you card, which just again shows a nice touch. This is a family business. And the story of how they got it going, the story of how they transitioned, how Michael transitioned from what he had been doing into this is an amazing story. And it's one that I fully am like, I'm supportive of him. I'm supportive of his family. I'm supportive of this brand. Yeah, I'm liking day 3. But all the things that they included with it, and they also included a couple of samples. So I got another sample of Philosophia, I think it was, and I think TRES Oros, so another one. So I got a buddy of mine who's going to get the TRES Oros, and then my wife and I will probably share the Philosophia because I like that one too. All right, but as far as this fragrance, listen, this is just really good. I'm going to put it on scan now. Again, that atomizer is beautiful. The spray on that is beautiful. Put it back in here. Okay. Now on scan, the pineapple pops through a little more for me. In the air, the orange was really the dominant citrus that I picked up. But the sweetness of the pineapple now is popping through off of skin, which, here's the thing with this fragrance, even though it is what I would call a gourmand, even though it is one that typically, based upon the notes, let me say this, and I'll tell you kind of where I say that, but typically this might be more fall, winter for me. The way this is crafted, the way this is done, this could work in spring, even cool summer nights. I still don't know if I wear it in 120-degree weather, but it's worth a shot, right? The reason I say that is because this is what I would call almost a fresh gourmand. This is not a dense, heavy, syrupy type of gourmand. This is a light, airy type of gourmand. right? So I don't know. I'm assuming 3 golds or Tres Oros. I don't know if that's a Dominican dish or what have you, because I know a lot of his, a lot of Michael and Day 3's fragrances come from experiences that he's had, or things as far as related to or important to him and his family. But this is almost an area, if I can put it, kind of just go along with what the picture he's painting. This would be an airy dessert, right? You know how you have some desserts, like some cheesecakes are like very dense. Strawberry shortcake is very light. This is a deceptively light, rich dessert, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is that you get what could be very dense, very, very hefty with this, but it's light. This is, yeah. The orange mixing with the sweetness that's in here and the pineapple. Yeah, folks, this is good. This is good. I'm giving this is in a 9.5. And I'm giving it that one because the way this is crafted, the way this is done in such a way that it's almost deceiving just how light it is, but the notes still are kind of, it's hard to describe, but it's kind of like you sense how heavy this could be, but I appreciate the attention that he took to make it light. Because that was one of the things I asked him about, right? Was, would this work in what kind of weather this work with? And what he mentioned is he lives in this area. He lives in Phoenix, so in the Phoenix metro area. So for him, he crafts fragrances that he can wear all the time as well. So this right here is something that, again, for me, I'll have to still see how it works for me in 115, 120 degree weather. But even right now, where it's 70s, 80s, moving into 90s, this is something I'll probably throw this on sometime next week just to give it a full wearing to see what it's like. I'm good with this. This Tres Oros. And here's the thing: if you've not experienced Day 3, get the discovery set. In fact, I'll try to remember to put the link just to the website. This is not a commission. This is not an affiliate link. This is just straight. If you want to check out Day 3 fragrances, which I fully support, it is. Let me put it to you like this: as far as music, all right. You know how sometimes you have a musical artist that you like discover, like you catch something by them, you catch a song, you catch an album by them or something like that. I know we don't do albums, but you catch something by them and you're like, yo, y'all need to check this out. I'm a fan of this, just like I will be a fan of a musical artist and I want people to get on. This is how that is. I can remember the first time I heard, for example, Jill Scott's album, I was passing that thing around. I was like, yo, you got to check out Jilly from Philly. Why? Because it was something that I enjoyed, something I appreciated, and I want everybody to enjoy the feeling of the first time they heard Long Walk, the first time they heard Who is Jill Scott, the first time they heard those things, right? So in the same vein, I'm putting the link down in there for Day 3 fragrances. Check it out. Get the discovery set. The discovery set, you can use that discovery set, what you pay for the discovery set, which I think is $40. Purchase the discovery set. They'll then send you a coupon for $40 off of a full bottle. So you get the discovery set for free to get it, basically, so you can really figure out which of the fragrances you want to get. Good job there. So I've smelled everything, even the one that's coming up soon that's just been announced. As far as the collaboration, that one does lean a little feminine. That's gonna be my wife's, but it's something I could still rock and wear too. Okay, all of their stuff is pretty unisex. Some may not be everyone's scent profile, but they're not that, there's some stuff that you might have, some houses that you have where it's like, no, that's trash. I've not found anything in this house that I'm saying is trash. There's nothing in this house that I'm saying, yeah, that was a miss. Everything in the house is good quality stuff, good scents, good profiles, all of those fun things. So I'm just telling you, as a fan of Day 3, go check them out. All right. As far as what I'm gonna give this, did I give a score? I think I said 9.5. That's where we're gonna leave it. 9.5. This is just that good. This is a great fragrance that is definitely gonna sit up on that shelf right there with all of my other niche fragrances. This is something that, and this is the first of the bottles that I'm getting from Day 3. There's a couple more that are on my list. Bani, is on the list. Escándalos on the list. Filosofía is on the list. La Taza del Café is on the list. Downtown Del Mar is on the list. All right. So that's it for this one. Let me know your thoughts. If you smell Tres Oros, and if I'm lying, put it in the comments. Tell me that I'm lying. But I think this is really good. It's a fresh gourmand, not heavy, not dark, definitely sweet, but a nice, fresh, light, airy type of sweetness to this. All right. Let me know your thoughts. Do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, request notifications, share. Stay safe, stay sane, stay smelling good. And then there's a video here that I'm going to show you. There's a video here that YouTube's going to show you. Either way, check them both out. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Have a great one. Be blessed. Peace.